Hello and welcome to Hey Mom, Play This. I'm Kimmy Amber and I play games so that through my gameplay you can decide if you want to play these games as well. This is Sky Children of the Light, and this is a series I've been doing for a playthrough. This is episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have not seen the other ones, you can go back and look at them so that you can see what each of these, they're called realms, each of these realms has to offer. Or you can just come on with me to this last realm, which is called Vault of Knowledge. At the end of the last episode, we finished the temple in Golden Wastelands and we went ahead and moved forward into, went out the back door of the temple and moved forward into Vault of Knowledge for about 2, maybe 3 minutes. Part of it was because today's quest line, which you would get from this little statue here, our 4 quests are in Vault of Knowledge. Well, 2 of them are in Vault of Knowledge. And I saw catch the light. I saw the light, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. When you go into the realm that is the season day, the event candles are here. Now, this is the season of the bluebird, and you can see, maybe, that there's a bluebird symbol on those candles. I've already gotten these and these. There is a child of light up there, a wing light child, I think is what I've started calling them. I'm going to closed wing fly up here and grab the wing light. We have how many? We have 38. Need to get to 55 to get our next wing. We are on wing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on wing 6. Our 7th will be at 55 wing lights. All right, there is an area over, excuse me, an area over there with a spirit gate. You can kind of see the smudginess, iridescency. Is that a word? Iridescency. You can see that in the background. We're not going to go over there. And then there is on this side a 2-person door, a cooperative door. We're also not going to take the time to go through. There isn't anybody right near, and I actually want to make sure that we get all the way through. There's that light that I was telling you we had to catch. I'm really bad at flying. I'm better than I was, but I hate those. I just hate trying to catch the light. So we came in here and we saw the animation. So go back to the last few minutes of episode 5, and see the animations there. This is also a cooperative door, but you need 4 people. I can't help them because I haven't met the spirit that gives me the emote for that. Seasonal candle. We're going to go over here and get our map. If you're new to this, there are maps for each of the distinct areas within Sky, not just the realms, but areas within the realms. And the map looks like this when we get to it. All right, so this is the area we're in right now. I have not actually, I'm going to pop into my browser. There is a complete wiki for Sky, Children of the Light, and it is done with volunteers, and it is really, really helpful. Very comprehensive. So you can look at that to find stuff. Okay, these are just called floors. So I'm on the first floor. That's helpful, right? We have behind this platform, we have some candles. We have another one of our season candles over here. We have, this is the season tree? Not sure what I don't remember for certain what the name of this is, but there's one in every realm, and they are regularly part of the 4 quests during the day. It's to come and admire the tree. Here's another area we're at. These are called spirit gates. I need 1 ancestral spirit memory in order to go through this gate. So I can't do that right now. I wouldn't have been able to get through that other one that I showed you. So we come into Vault of Knowledge, and these are normally completely dark. So we would light these 4 pillars, and then these other 3 would show up. And it gives us a portal that we can sit in to go to the next light. Oh, there's some regular candles over there. Go to our next floor. This is floor 1. That first section behind the spirit gate has portals to other areas. This second one that I showed you, that goes into the repository of memory, and the double door is the library, I think is what it's called. Alright, so the constellation you saw is the constellation for Vault of Knowledge, I believe. I'll have to look again. It might actually be the constellation for Isle of Dawn. All right, our second floor. Some things around here. We're going to go over here. Here's those pillars that you have to light in order to activate the transport lift to the next level, next floor. These animations are skippable. In settings, there is a way to turn off, to skip all skippable cutscenes. And then over here we have a 4-person cooperative door. This one is definitely a challenge to get enough people together to open that door, because it just depends. Now, I'm here alone, but if you know online gaming, actually, if you don't know online gaming, these massive multiplayer online games, MMO, they have multiple computer servers that have the game loaded to them. People jump in and they're playing a game on a server. Well, these massive multiplayer online games, they merge servers. So I could be standing here and there's nobody here, and suddenly there'll be somebody here. But in episode 4, I think, I showed in Aviary Village a little quest kind of line that took us to memory boats, recordable things. There are a couple other memory things. I'm not going to go into them right now on the mechanics of getting to them, but they're represented by these symbols. Now, are there any? Yeah, no, these are all. They're called. What are they called? Oh, there's somebody who just used one. They're private instances. And in this case, shared spaces. There we go, shared space. I can escape and stay in the shared space. And there's this, they have a couple of stuffed animals, a piano, some lights, but they've got these chairs that are in the door. So if I sit down in this chair and then flap as though I'm flying, I'm on the other side of the door. I don't need 4 people. Now, not all doors have them. Oh, here's a memory. This is just a memory. A shared memory. Any love story want to tell? I'm thinking they're asking us to put our own memory there so that they can see it. And then this memory over here. This is a tent. It's a carryable item. Oh my gosh. Where did we go? This is out of bounds. And we're going to have to land and just go back to the portals. I didn't even get the candles. We were so busy looking at the... all right, we're going to go back to the portals and come back into... This is an out of bounds thing. You can't actually move between levels while you're out of bounds. You have to wait for the shared memories to show back up. Now we already lit all of those, and unless somebody comes up to merge the shared spaces or the server with us, we're going to have to go back and light them ourselves. Okay, I have a regular memory. I hope you can hear that. You can play musical instruments in this game, and eventually we will probably get a couple. If you see a memory that you really like, you hit like, and they get partial hearts from that. All right, there are 4 of us this time, so we can use the 4 of us to open the door, and we don't have to use the shared space. The shared space, that one was in the door, because you saw as I was running to these candles, it said leaving the shared space, right? What that meant was that I came back into regular life and came back to regular life and was no longer in that shared space. So I couldn't use that same memory to be able to get back out of the door, because we were stuck on this side of the door. The shared memory icon was actually in the door, so I could have accessed it from this side of the door to get back to the other side, like that one who had come through the door while we were standing there. And I'm really bad. I talked completely through this ancestral spirit. Now this one, they magicked mind lifted those memory cubes. Oh, what? Were you trying to be my friend? No, you were trying to be... Oh, he's still in the... So now we have an ancestral spirit following us, but I have a new emote. And this emote was the one that I said on that 4-person door I didn't have yet. So next time I go through Vault of Knowledge, I could help 3 other people open that door. And these people all merged with us, because now all of these lights are, or I merged with them. All of these lights are lit. And we'll go on to the next one. But the next time on floor 1, I will be able to help somebody, if there are 4 of us total, to push the rocks into their space and open that door. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that on the exploratory. Yes, these are the constellations going in order. So the first one was I Lived On, and this one right here was Daylight Prairie. Our little elevator goes up and up. There's Isle of Dawn, Daylight Prairie, and the bits and pieces. I think these are bits and pieces of the buildings from Golden Wasteland, where the battle was, and we had all of those destroyed temples. I think that's what these are. All right, so these, see the tower little thing that we lit on the first floor? There are some on here, and if you don't fly very well, then you can use these to give you a lift. Now we will have to either merge with somebody who's already lit these, or light them in order to activate the next level. But see, there's a little building up there, and there's a little bit of light. There is a wing light child up there. So we're going to very, very carefully fly up there, preserving as much energy as we can. There's also some candles. And there is an ancestral spirit that somebody is following. So we are going to come down here and try to tag in on their... There we go. Now I'm reliving the polite scholar's memory along with this person. We'll go up there and we'll come back to the map stone. All right. Now, I'm actually focused on that player. Now we're focused on the ancestral spirit. Beautiful tree. The tree of knowledge is what I'm going to call it. And another stance, and another spirit to follow us. Now we're going to go back to the mapstone. If we'd been following them, the actual spirit, as he was showing his memories, this one, and there's another one over here, they would have sprouted a plant as well. So when you go through, see if you can start it from the beginning over there so that you can see the whole animation. Mapstone for our next level. In Vault of Knowledge, the floating platforms. This was level 1. This is level 2. Yes, the whole thing is level 2. Even though it looked like we were moving from floor to floor. Alright, where's our platform? There's our platform. It is still dark. Nobody has lit the little pillars. So we're going to have to do that. Oh, we're out of energy. Now this floor you don't keep falling, thankfully. We're in the spirit timeline again. The floor will restore your energy, as will those little spouts of light, that first thing that I lit. See, I almost missed it again. I told you I am not the best flyer. Light that one. Let go of me. Once you've lit it, you don't actually have to stand there until it shows its light, and I'll show you that just right here in a second. Just like if you're going past one of the wing spirit lights, or wing spirit children, wing light children. You don't have to, if you're sliding past it in Valley of Triumph, you don't have to be standing next to them. You don't have to stay next to one that you actually have to light. So I touch this real quick and I can just move on, and it's lighting it behind me. I don't have to stay there. It would take a long time. If there's somebody to help you, then these light that much faster. Oops, I missed one. I guess I was moving a little too fast. Good heavens, there we go. Somebody else lit them. You see all of these people just showed up. We merged servers. Another constellation. A lot of these light up the constellation cutscenes are also skippable. All right. Now this one. I'll wait. All right, we have seen the mantas before, the white ones. I call these space mantas because they're in space, right? All right. I have a route, a pattern that I follow on this, so I make sure that I don't miss anything. You can find your own pattern. You saw that glow. There is a wing light child right above us. Now, this falling stuff, particularly when you don't have a whole lot of wing light, which we're getting there, but we don't have a whole lot. It will recharge your light while you're in it. If I can get into it. There we go. See, now I'm not bouncing. And if I just hold the space bar, I can go right up to the next level, and it doesn't cost me any energy. Here's our next wing light. If this is the bonus candles realm for the day, one of the bonus candles will be right here. So I always at least take a look at this section. Here are the lights we have to light to activate our elevator. But I always try to look at that last little pagoda just to make sure that I haven't missed the wing light and I haven't missed any. This one has. This is not regular candles. This is memory candles here. So you can light one of these and record a memory for someone. Are you going to do it? You're not going to do it. Maybe you have to light all of them. I don't stop at these very often because I don't get any wax from them. Did I get all of them? There we go. You have to... One of them is not lit somewhere, but you would click on this circle and then you could record a message for other sky children, or you could look at there. Maybe it's because we haven't experienced that in our story arc yet. All right, so another platform I used those falling lights to get to, up across these moving platforms. As you go through, different levels, you'll find that suddenly ancestral spirits are there that weren't there before. There is one on that platform right there. All right, so I'm at this top of this here. My next step is where that See the glow? That's another wing light child. I gotta get up there, and we're gonna try to do it just flying. But there are stairs. You can see the stairs a little bit there. We're gonna try it just flying. Now, open wing. As we start to dip, we'll flap again. That'll give it, I'm holding the W key down because it gives us a little more, keeps us in the air just a little longer. Oh, look, I have just enough to get there. My oldest daughter tells me, you only need enough to get where you're going. She's not wrong. Pick up a wing light child. And there's another candle cake. Candle cakes are, they're around the realms regularly. This one's always here. But then the treasure candles in the bonus candle realm, they're also there. It's a candle cake. There are 4 extra cakes every day in a realm somewhere. And these candle cakes are 20 to 25 candles, candle wax. So they're big increases to your candle wax so that you can forge another candle, which I'm going to do. Now I'm forging a season candle because I picked up those candles, the season candles that were in on the 1st and 2nd floor in vault. Our map. Somebody has lit the other lanterns from the Mantas, so our transport is ready. And our little following ancestral spirits ghosts have stopped following us. I don't know why. Vault of Knowledge is the last of the 6 regular realms. What that means to us is that the end of the story arc, that last portal, this is Valley of Triumphs constellation. The last portal will open up and give us the opportunity to do the end of the story arc, which will be the next one that I record. And I don't know if it will only be 1 or if it will be 2, because there are 2 distinct areas I'm thinking in my mind. Let's look at this. Some space mantas. Now the space mantas, as soon as I'm free of this, come on, we don't want to go up yet. The space mantas fly in here. The first time you see them, they're behind the Daylight Prairie constellation. They are the ones that these lanterns are on. So you have to fly out to them to light the lanterns. There's nothing on this level except one thing, to light the lanterns. But there is a wing light child over here on top of this bone. It's the only thing on this level. So, I'm having trouble with flying. No, I don't want to. I'm having flight issues. And I'm not close enough, so I'm going to have to get some energy. Oh my goodness. At least the energy is pretty close to, the floor is pretty close to the... Sometimes it's hard to land on the platforms that these are, that the Winglight children are standing on. I can think of 2 others that are pretty difficult if you aren't a very good flyer like me. I've been playing this game almost a year, and I still have trouble sometimes flying. It's very, very sad. And here's our constellation for Golden Wasteland. And when you have a lot of wing light, you can actually fly all the way up there. Can I see it from down here? Yes, you can actually fly all the way up there. Another way you can do this is just stay on this platform and it will raise. But if you come out here, you can hitch a ride on the Manta. Now because they're turning and doing stuff, unless you're positioned just right, you will slide all over the Manta. And I've been thrown off several times, just accidentally. It just accidentally tosses you off because you're too close to the edge. So that's where we're going. You see the constellations lit up in the background there in the sky? Go over here and grab our candle wax. And a new wing light child. I'll get those candles in just a second. Here's our map stone. Now I think I got all of them for this realm. There are 2 outlying areas in this realm, and they're map stones. I think they show them up over here. But here are this one is the depository of memories we didn't go into because we couldn't get behind the spirit wall. And this is that office or library. I'm not sure what this one's called. But here's our main pass-through for Vault of Knowledge and all of our constellations except the Vault of Knowledge constellation, which doesn't show here. So we're going to go over here, get those last candle wax. Somebody was just through here and lit our candle. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of candles back here. Those are always there. Make sure you get them. There's our 2 ancestral spirits we've met. And the stones that represent the 6 constellations there, the 5 in the back, and now Vault of Knowledge. I love the soundtrack on this game. Daylight Prairie, Hidden Forest, Valley of Triumph, Golden Wasteland, and now Vault of Knowledge. And there are all of our elders for the different realms. Saying thank you for releasing us. And now this, that symbol represents our end realm. There's our last key. Alright, so we are going to... Oh, there they go. Being released into the constellations. Now those elder spirits, the 6 of them that were sitting there, I told you have to find all of the spirits. In this case, Vault of Knowledge has 5. 3 we haven't met yet. When you complete the entirety of all 5's friendship trees, you have access to that elder. There's the mind. And we're going to get the heart because we have candles to do. We're going to get the hearts now. They have a hair or wing buff. Excuse me. The Blight Scholar. Our spell. And our heart is on this side for some reason. And then they also have clothing and our wing buff. And this wing buff costs 2. Some of them were only 1. Our constellation is complete. You hear the noise in the background? I don't know why our spirits are still following us. Not super important that they're still following us. They'll fall off, I'm sure, at some point. Alright, now, if I were to go through this door, it would take us into the realm called Eye of Eden. We're not going to do that. We'll come back and I'll start the next episode right here, unless at the portals it gives me the option to go through it from there. Okay, let's do this. This portal will take us back to home, to the portal realm. You see in the center, that's that little statuette. I'm actually just going to hop in here. It tells me I need 20 spirits of 20 from all of the realms in order to go through this door. I needed 20 spirits. I have 20 spirits. So we actually don't have to go back and play anything else before we can go into Eye of Eden. Let's go in and see what's right behind this exit. And this is the, there's our closet over there, the social area. Let's get our map. And you see our door. Those little crystals in front of the door, we have to light those, which would light the 6. We light those 5 and the 6th one just comes up so that we can open that door. We'll get our map and then we're going to go back to portals and be done for the day. Our entryway to Eye of Eden. Oh, we merged. And somebody is opening it, currently opening it. But we want to go back to the realms because we're out of time. Right? Well, we have 10 minutes, but definitely not enough time to start Eye of Eden. Now that 7th portal, 8th if you count Aviary Village, but the 7th realm portal is open. And that 2020 spirit gate is at this end. So we don't have to go all the way through Vault of Knowledge in order to get to the end realm. It's called Eye of Eden. Let's go into Aviary Village. Last time we talked about the dye workshop. Since we have a few minutes, let's see if we can advance that quest line. Alright, oh, a free heart. And some free colors, some more free colors. This was a season event, and these question marks only show up every 2 weeks of the season. So, or exclamation points, the quest line can only be advanced every 2 weeks. We'll have to go and see if we can advance the current season of the Bluebird. We won't do any of it. We'll just look at the friendship tree. Oh, look, our friend who got colored clothing has brought another friend who's in very neutral colors. Oh, yay, this is so fun, his friend says. What does your reflection say? This one says teal and green. How do I get it, please? Be patient. Come on, friend. We're going to follow him back down there again, and he's going to show us the next color set. It was teal and green, or light blue and green. Have a seat. The first one we saw of this was red. And here's a green darkness plant. If you read some of the mythos in that Discord channel, see the butterfly comes out? One of the explanations is that the world has, when you get to Hidden Forest, you start seeing these darkness plants, and that the butterflies have been caught inside of those darkness plants. So when you burn them, you get butterflies. And in this case, we get colored butterflies. And we have this emote, so we're going to... This plant's colored light is transferred to this butterfly. Yes, we want to beckon it. Green light, and we need another color. The other one was a light blue. Go out and find it. Cyan light. And it tells you where it's at in Hidden Forest. Now we will, we actually have to go, and even though we have some blue, some cyan, we actually have to go for the quest to Hidden Forest and collect it. Oh, look, we have some blue from Golden Wasteland and some purple. We now have 1 in each of those, and 3 in each of these. Not complete dies yet here in these others. All right, we are now out of time. We're not going to go to the hidden forest today. If I can remember, we'll do a real quick jump through this and go at least get enough for that quest in Hidden Forest in the next episode. And I think that's all I'm going to show you for today. So, was this our wave? That's our wave. Thank you so much for coming along with me and sharing the skies. This is the game Sky, Children of the Light. My channel is Hey Mom, Play This. If you liked what I've done, I hope you're liking the game, but if you liked how I've presented it, hit the like button. If you want to know about the next video that I post, hit subscribe and you'll get that notification. I am putting also other games on. I've got a couple of games already posted. One is a puzzle game and another one is a simulation. So take a moment to go and look at those if you'd like. Meanwhile, I am Kimmy Amber. Thank you for coming along with me, and I will see you in the next one.